Open your books to the book of Hebrews chapter 10. Hey everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody, God bless you. Listen, I had to come back tonight quickly because I need to get y'all something today in the Word of God. Amen? Amen? Amen. Hebrews chapter 10. I want to start at verse 23. I want to give you some word tonight. I said a lot of stuff out to a lot of it. And what God gave me like 1:30 in the morning, I sent it to all of you. What you need? She looked at that. She looked at your friend. We need to call the police. That's kind of low for her to be looking. I need to be up. Was who's that song? Who's that? Tupac? All eyes on me. I ain't me. Are we in Hebrews 10? All right. Somebody read for me at verse 23. Come on, everybody be afraid at once. Joe Phillips ain't down where she jumped up. Right, because she was up. Yeah, she jumped up. No, you're right. She just jumped up so good. Go ahead, you jumped up now. She didn't see you jump up.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promise.
All right, come on, let's talk about that real quick. Someone, come on, you Bible scholars, help me out. Let us hold fast. What are we holding fast? The confession of our. See, now you confessed it. When you confess it, now what? You know somebody? Say it again. You announce it, you got to follow through. You confessed it. Come on, read on. We can do some more. If we're going back to men, I'd like your help. I want to thank Zion and Nehemiah tonight for helping me set up. But we're going back to the tables. Because we need to get back to Bible study. We're going back to the tables where we can write and talk and study. Amen? Amen. And so 23, what we're 24, what verse 24. And it reads.
And let us consider
one
another.
Let us do what?
Consider one another.
Why must we consider one another? Out of respect. Anybody else? Out of love. Anybody else? See, if you don't know why we should consider, then you're not considered. What does that mean? Get what God wants. He said, I wish that all men be saved. You think you don't get it? No, you're right. But the one thing does not affect us, because let's not talk about what he wants, let's talk about what we do. Help me out here.
It could be telling us let us consider one another to provoke into love and to good works. Meaning, it already telling us up here to hold fast the profession of faith without wavering. Faith without works is dead.
Okay, now watch this. Watch this. Now, anybody greet you when you came in? What's that difference? Were they happy to see you? We'll take a guess. We'll help him out. They were happy to see him. Why were they happy to see him? Okay, but now watch. You hadn't seen him in a while, so it makes you joyful when you did see him. See, that's the consider we're talking about. Because why? People look for you. Because you usually come in, paying a lot with your smile and your greetings and your fun doing Bible stuff. We look for people. You understand? So if I'm looking for you, and it says that provoke, because you could be the difference. Watch this, guys. You could be the difference when you walk in the door between somebody down and living. You ever thought about that? Somebody down and living. Because now watch. If you profess it one to another, you can come in and say, Hey, it's so good to see you. Yeah, man, good to see you. Just you telling somebody that I miss you could be the difference, guys. That's what we're talking about. That we confess it one, two way. That man, saying, listen, I am so excited. Today, I'm in my office, and Zion, Nehemiah, and July is in the office. And Nehemiah sitting behind my desk. Zion sitting to the right of the desk. And I'm sitting where y'all sit when y'all come in my office. Have a great time. And then when Nehemiah moved, July jumped in the chair. No, I'm just saying, because we wanted to interact. It was good to interact again. And that's the thing, because you don't know who you're interacting or what state they're in. So if you come in, hey, sister, man, how you doing? Man, trying to make donuts. You're going to kill somebody. You know, and the excitement, guys, that's him. When you come, you got to bring something, not just come to get it. You got to bring something. Everything starts with a seed. So when you come in and you got a little joy about you, your body working with pain, you're hurting, all that's going on. But to tell somebody, hey, come in the middle, that changes somebody's day, man. And that's the thing we should be able to one to another. Come on, finish that.
Consider one another
Mm-hmm.
in order to stir up love and good works.
Now, who has the King James Version? That's the New King James. What's yours say? What's that word I'm looking for? Somebody say that word. What does that mean, Bible scholars? Come on, we got all this. Say it again. Like what? It said provoke to. You see, I like that word. Start what? Start something. Come on. No. See, you're looking at it from down there in Eastman. Around these parts, provoke means to start something, to draw fire, to simply say, hey, look, man, listen, we went through our little thing right there, and then we said amazing again. Bless my soul. Why? Because it's about provoking what, guys? Provoking love. The Bible says provoke love. Now, if I wanted to fight you, y'all remember the old days? Put some dirt in your head? Oh, you remember the old days. Yeah, don't worry, Diane. Nobody wanted to fight, so somebody step up and do it. But the person know the other person didn't do it. So when do we start provoking love? Guys, that's what this is about. Don't just come. Come to release something to somebody. Listen, I know when I in a building, I know how it's going down. If you ask me how I'm doing, anybody know how I'm doing? Everything's everything. Why? Because your eyes open, you're breathing. You got me? So now I need to know, because I'm going to show you something tonight. Guys, if you only going to get what you give, somebody going to catch that in a minute. If you give an overflow of love, you're going to get an overflow. That's the way it works. But if I tend to have walls up, if I tend to have issues up, what am I going to get back? Now I'm looking at his mom like, he ain't even hug me today. Not think about the part. As soon as we got talking, I jumped on him. That part don't matter. The part he didn't do his part, that's what matters. That's how we see things, guys. Versus saying, my whole job right now is to promote love to you. It ain't a lot of us, but it don't take a lot. It only took 12 to turn the world upside down. But they were in love with each other. Guys, I want to show you where we're going, because my question I have to you today. Come on, let's finish 20. Where we at? 25. Let's finish it.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as is the manner of some, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as you see the day approaching.
Now, answer this question. Why do you need to come to church? Why? What's that mean?
Why do we come to church?
Look at you, supervisor and all that. Go right now. Why do we need to come to church? Come on, I'm still in the front row, not here.
I would say for a refresher.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Listen.
Because all day, like I can have my own time where I'm spending with God. But when you get around a multitude of people and we all doing the same thing, we all on the same page, it gives you strength where you didn't have that strength that before. You start getting answers to questions that you didn't get the answers to just in your prayer closet with yourself.
Okay, 1, 2.
It was like you said, when people come to church and they rack with pain and they hurting and they're not feeling well or whatever, and they come around other people, gotta help them, that can help them out.
Okay.
When they come around like-minded people, that's healing. That can be, you can be healed.
For sure.
But it's right what they're saying, but I want to say something about, they saying people, but I'm gonna say believers.
Okay.
Coming to fellowship yourself with believers. Because you can fellowship with people outside of the church. You can pray with people outside of the church. But when you come inside the church, this is supposed to be a place of people with faith and believing that change is going to happen. This is going to, without any doubt. So believe.
Well, iron can be sharpened. Because guys, if you look back, it says, so we don't forsake one another. And that's the thing, we don't forsake one another. Because iron sharpens. Because like I said, you can be anywhere doing a whole bunch of things. But what was the number one reason, guys? Well, we all right. What's the number one reason you have to sell yourself? I'm trying to help you, man. What do you say? We love it. Was that there 25 something? We love over there. What was the number one reason? Now y'all throwing out some big words. Trying to make me go by school to get a dictionary. She said obedience. Guys, the bottom line, because you instructed to, so you can do the things you're talking about. Because we're instructed to. Why did he instruct us to? See, I'm just trying to say.
For the same reason that we talked about, really.
Thank you. Hey guys, you gotta stay with the class, man. We don't have a slow class in there. We'll have a slow class in a minute. But the same thing we talked about. Because I want to show you something, guys. You can't grow outside of the obedience of God's word. I want to help you now. And this goes somewhere because, guys, I'm going to slow down so since you can sign to your wife as well, okay? We'll go slow. Because this class is not that fast. So it ain't just her, this is class. Watch this one now. Watch this, guys. Growth is a must. Growth is a must. How many of you understand that a 2-year-old shouldn't be doing what a 5-year-old can do? Make sense? And how many of you understand that a 50-year-old shouldn't be doing what a 25-year-old? I know you so. Come on, guys. So, but if I keep going and not growing, is it what I'm eating or is how I'm digesting? How I'm digesting. Because I want to show you something. I'm going to give you 4 things. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. But I'm going to give you 4 things tonight that we need to talk about that's keeping me from growing. That's keeping me from growing. And they're going to be their growth stoppers. And when you think about what stops your growth, how many of y'all can plant a garden? How many got green thumbs? How many got purple thumbs? How many of you just got raggedy thumbs? Yeah, me too. Me too. All I listen, my thumbs is for when they're done, when they're ready to go in the pot. Yeah, that's my thumb. Other than that, my wife got a friend one time, so the prince had to go rescue it. It died on delivery. He died the day it showed up. But that plant ain't gonna make it. Then about a week later, it ain't on by the hair. Went down there, that thing looked like it just woke up. Brand new. So, here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do. Write these 4 things down. No, do better than. You ain't writing down. You ain't writing down. Thank you, sir. See, that way you have to come to church, you got to help me. Everybody out there watch me pass them out. You're right there. She'll pass. Yeah, I'm going to show you this today. This show. Good? Everybody's good? I got you. Check the word offense. Let's talk about those 4 words. Then you got to put a check. That means you got to put a check on the Bible. I say put a check. Yeah, ain't no check right.
Is that what that says?
Okay, whatever you want to read.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. You don't read anyway, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I put it on paper, because the Bible got more dust on it than Methuselah. So when we talk about an offense, what is an offense? Am I wrong, you? What'd you say, you know? Yes. Okay. Let's talk about that. Take something on. That's the one taking responsibility right there. Everybody else talking about somebody what somebody else can do. Take your responsibility. Let's talk real quick, because we're going to go to a verse. Guys, how can you be offended? Or why do you get offended? Okay, I like that. Trust me what you should do. Hold to your expectations. You and your feelings. Now, all that comes to be one word. Say it again.
That's what I was
Well, it can So now what? So now what's what happens? So if I'm in my flesh and he comes, I'm in my flesh and he comes, wait a minute. Sprinkle it on without any gasoline on your underwear. Because watch what the word says, man. The offenses will come. You with me? But woe unto the one who gets offended, but it's greater to the one who offends. So hold on. So you get offended because of things you named. But the Spirit, repeat after me, the Spirit of God, cannot be offended. But my flesh can. So let's talk about that stinking thing. That's why you see rain around the tub. It's still dirt. But yet, I'm on the mindset that I'm too intelligent to let my emotions get me offended. So take your time with that. I'm too intelligent to let my emotions get me upset. I'm too intelligent to let my emotions get me upset. That's the tempest word we're going to get to later. No, it's self-control. Why do you have to have self-control when you're saying, I am Christ like you?
You gotta have self-control because the moment you say I am Christ-like, and then you acting ignorant and out of character of the description and how we should act to be in Christ, you're just making everybody else that confesses the same and says, I am of Christ, or I am in your change.
So people like, if they Christ like, think about something for a second, man. I need you to work on you and your offenses. Because all it is my pride. But imagine this. I want you to remember this. From Matthew 1 to Matthew 17, y'all listening? From Matthew 1 to Matthew 17, Jesus didn't have the Holy Spirit. Look up in, he had the Holy Spirit. He had just flesh. From Matthew chapter 1 now, when he sent him, all the way to Matthew 17, he was in his flesh. He had to be when he told his mama, listen, baby, don't you know about my dad's business? She always think about that. Either one of y'all told your mama that y'all be missing teeth.
Yeah.
Y'all get toothless before you were teeth. And then it tells us, she said, hey, whatever. She said, hey, they ain't got no wine. He said, woman, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't my time yet. Then it was like again. See, y'all get all deep theological, but I can show you how he was in his class. Because the way he taught, he had to be. That's crazy. He wasn't crazy, though. He lived before. The point I want to show you when you're 17, that's when the spirit kicks in. So guys, at some point, the spirit got to kick in. It got to kick in. But listen to me. Your spirit can't kick in until you master you. You will never have, the Holy Ghost will come and do his job and leave you. You can never, Daniel, have the power of the Holy Spirit until you master your flesh. Guys, you can't do it. And I want to show you, what is that, Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 6? Okay, let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. Guys, we don't have what we should have because we have not mastered what we should have mastered. Anybody not understand?
Yeah, we don't have what we should have.
Which is ourselves. We should master us. When somebody says something, I come over here and say something to Evangelist Mary. Immediately, watch this, guys. Immediately, as a woman of God, she should start praying for me. Because she knows I've been overtaken. The Bible says that if your brother has been overtaken, Galatians 6:1, been overtaken in the trespass, he that spiritual do what? Should pray in the spirit of meekness, lift up such a one. But now you want to get mad and say to me what I said to you. Now we got two fools going straight to hell if he come at that moment. I need y'all to think about it. I don't need to wait. I don't need to work hard and come Saturday and Wednesday, work hard and do all that, and still go to hell. Sure, we might want to turn this into a nightclub. I'm like, hey, listen, because the reward gonna be the same. We come out and dress a little cute if we want. I would turn into a nightclub. Like DJ D on one. You got it? All right, so who got the word? Come on, give me the word.
No, you not. King James Version. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers, or themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
Now watch that. What did he think? What was he talking about? What? He talking about them with flesh. He talking about them with flesh. And that's what we understand. He's talking about our, it cannot inherit. How many believe that Jesus and God coming back for you? How many believe that Jesus and God coming back for you? How many believe it? You gotta look a little nervous. Well, let me help you. He ain't coming back for you. He's coming back for his spirit. You must possess what he is him. He's not coming back for neither one of these shells. He's only coming back for what's in us. And if he dwells in us, that's what he's coming back for. He ain't coming back for the shell, man. He's coming back for the spirit. Are anybody with me? I need y'all to hear me. Because now, guys, offenses, do something about suspension. Just do something. Let's not forget. The first thing he did, God would say, Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they do. Know what we say? What we say? They do what they do. They did it on purpose. You know, sit your self-righteous self down. Immediately, Say, Father, forgive them because they know not what they do. But your spirit man will do that, but your flesh will do what?
Rise up.
You got to do something about that stinking thing. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you from still working it every day. Not alive, but working it every day. Because people wait. People wait. See the young lady that broke her leg out there on the base. Just when she broke her leg, they said she was cussing me out. I didn't hear it because I went back into the office. And I haven't seen her since she got injured. So as I'm coming out of my classroom, my office, she was standing over there. She looked back. And she see me, she kind of turned around. I see her face. But you know what I did, right? What I did?
Wave it out.
What? Leave that stuff alone, man. Stuff ain't good for you. What did I do? You know, I want to embrace it. Because that's gone. I didn't hear it, but that's gone. I need to know you're all right right now. And you know what her face did, man? Have a Christmas tree. Because she had a bad day. She had a bad day. Go ahead, son.
After she flushed you out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She had a bad day. Because see, the relationship between me and God is greater than that. She had a bad day. If I'd seen her earlier, it happened like the next day and I was gone. I was seen her earlier, I went to her then. I just let her cool off at that moment then. Why? Because who was she talking to? Yeah. She was mad with herself. But we angry, she mad with herself. You can't, guys, listen to me. Quit holding people accountable for your anger, your frustration, and your disappointment. Now, her supervisor was kidding in. Couple weeks coming up, you guys around there like, hey man, you know you're gonna write up and all that. No, I ain't. You can't write nobody. Why? That's how you see me. How she see me, she was mad with me. But she's worth it. Guys, people gotta be worth it to you. And you gotta quit thinking it's all about. You gotta quit thinking it's all about. Yeah. Okay. Listen, what was the next word on that paper?
Resentment.
Ooh. Well, we shut church down, go home, right now. Let's talk about resentment. Anybody, come on, anybody, somebody. Let's talk about resentment. What? It's grudging. You'll take that. It's grudging. So why are you grudging? When you're supposed to the root. That's why we're talking about it. This is stopping your growth. This is stopping your growth, guys. Say it again. But you can't even operate your gift because of resentment. Let's talk about it. Anybody want to be open to that? Let's talk about this resentment. Listen, you need to grow. All right, you first, then come on. Go ahead. Yeah. Your time. Instead of at DLA, because they pay you a couple pennies.
No, I don't.
Ooh, way too much.
For me, it's not more so resentment towards other people. I think I have resentment towards myself.
There it is. Well, I said, come on, girl. That's the next one. I said, come on.
And that's the biggest thing. Because I'm easy to forgive people for stuff that they do, whatever. But then it's myself that is a problem.
And there it is. That's where we're going. It ain't so much, guys. You turn around and preacher said it. That's why I said when you said it, evangelist, it's deep. Not only so much people, but even myself. Because if I don't forgive me, how am I going to forgive you?
Right.
And you said, hey, I need to forgive people. No. You'll forgive you. There's no way to forgive people because self-restoration is real. And the thing is, you got to forgive you in order to forgive them. By you forgiving you, then you show that you forgive them. But guys, can I tell you something? You want to hear this again? I need you to write this down. 3 days. I need you to write this down. 3 days. You ready? You gonna hit again now. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Okay, no, you gotta tell me, hold on one second. Give me the next word.
Unforgiveness.
Woo! Well, you said it like a professional. You want to talk about it? Yeah.
I can talk about it now.
Talk about it.
Just it ties into resentment as well. Forgiveness means I use myself as an example.
Please do.
You know, a lot of things that happened to me during my childhood, still dealing with today as an adult, and I haven't forgiven the people that committed the stuff against me. And you know, I don't know if y'all know the story, but just a little bit. You know, I came into my mom. She was alcoholic. She abused me a lot. Got adopted. Got abused by my mama. So I never had a mother figure. Dad didn't know him till I was 16, but I did have somebody who was like a dad to me. But it was just a lot that went on. So even to this day, like I had to teach myself how to be a man. I had to teach myself how to do certain stuff even at an early age because I didn't have the parents to do that. So now it's like my biological mama wants to come back into my life, but I'm like, no, I'm grown now. Don't need that. You're not about to do this to my kids, what you did to me, in and out, flip flop, this, that, and other. No. So I think I'm still operating in unforgiveness. But is that unforgiveness or is that just protection? Because I've forgiven you, I can have a conversation with you, but you know, what you just in my everyday life.
Oh, fear. That's why when Bible said we come here. Talk about it.
Because I just, you know, it's not, I feel like where I'm in now, the place that I am now, if I allow you to come back into this place, it's going to create something that was in the past. And I'm trying to be a better version of me that I am now. I worked hard to get here.
So you can feel that.
Yes. Yes. That kind of thing. So, and then, like, you know, having kids, you try to look out for them and protect them too. So you don't want someone come that did you wrong to come into their lives saying, "Oh, I'm grandma," and then they see you as grandma, and then you're no longer around. They're like, "Well, what happened to grandma? What grandma?" And then you got to go through the story again, like, and it's just like you hurting you all over again through your child.
Good on.
Okay, so unforgiveness. I'm with you. Because I had to deal with this with just different parents for a long time. And couple of years. This. Like I used to really like hate my mother. Like I like literally hated my mother for a long time because I felt she should have did certain things. So sometimes I don't want her involved in certain things. So it's kind of hard for me to sometimes look at her as a mother when you was more like my homie. You know what I mean? My grandmother, my aunts, they all like literally raised me because my mother had me when she was 15. So I'm pretty much raising myself and I'm figuring stuff out on my own. But then it's like now that you've hit a certain age where you want to be a parent, and she's an awesome grandmother, like they would never know, you know, the type of stuff that we had to deal with as a kid. And I don't really fault my mother because she was young when she had it. So she's growing up like I'm growing up.
Okay, now you just said two things here. Hold on a second.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm not saying that I blame her because I wouldn't have wanted it different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if it was different, then I couldn't be canard like you. If it was different, I would have been sheltered and not able to develop into.
See, that's not the point I was talking about. I'm coming back. Yeah, you try to jump. You try to figure out what I'm saying. You finna say something, sir? I'm looking at you. No, I'm saying you had a look on your face like you had something. Because you've been through some things. That's why we've been through some things, it's good to talk about some things. All right, here's where I go. Here's where I go. My dad was in the house with my brothers and sisters in Georgia, and it was 4 of us in Florida. Always had people around me who were many figures. My mom never said anything bad about my dad. Yet, I didn't realize until I was 36 years old, the man I had become was because of my dad. Because I dare not, what I understood, not be that man. So, I'm sitting there, and I got a choice to make. I can leave it like it is. Hey, Dad. Hey, son. Or I can give him a chance to get to know him and for him to know me before he needed to know my children. So, Daniel, what I did is we was in South Carolina at a revival. And God said, go see your dad. We finished revival. And at 10, about 10 of the men were there, ministers. He said, go see your dad. So I walked in the house there. My dad's in a wheelchair sitting in the corner. And I said, Pops, how you doing? Introduced everybody, hey, you look like your dad. I said, Pops, I stopped by to tell you I love you. Tears came out of his eyes. Because that was one word I held back. I held back because of my knowledge. Stay with me now. You said something, I always say you said something, and I want to address one thing too. He did exactly what he knew to do. He did exactly what he knew to do. He became his environment. And because he became his environment, that was no longer an environment. He needed a change. Because I was his son. He needed an environment. So when I told him, love you, man, he started to cry. Look, everybody was crying too. That one word broke something. You know why I love him? Because he was one of the reasons I got life. He ain't do nothing else. He was one of the reasons I got life. So after that, he kind of opened up a little bit. In 4 years that we ran together before he died, we're cool in the faith. I got a chance to know that guy. Now, I could have robbed me in him. But I realized my granddaddy was a terror. I knew this. They said his daddy was. I don't know. I know it was. Born and raised this guy. When you walking as a man or woman of God, you got to do exactly what Jesus did. You got to open up. And you got to open up to the point, because you can be the difference in saving somebody's life. Because don't go back for your mom. Go back for that soul. That's why I came. And let me tell y'all this, dear Mike, my dad in the nursing home. Called me one day. I ain't heard that happen in all my life. What you gonna believe what I did today? I probably won't, but what you did, I'm telling you, you gonna believe. What you said, boy, what's the church? I said, what? You want to church? And they want me to come back. So you really understand, my daddy didn't go to church. The point is that when we all, daughters and sisters, and all of us were serving God, that thing touched him. Because all of us, there's 4, about 5, 6 of us, all of us were serving God. And in doing so, guess what happened to my dad? He got saved. My dad got saved. Who was saved? He was cussing, fussing, rooting, tooting. Really, you see what he's saying? That's my dad. You see what he's saying? It's my dad. They're in the background. You see what he's saying? It's my dad. But before he left this earth, then, because what was around him, it changed his life. So I tell you guys, I get you. Anybody, don't bring around the children yet. You know what kid. You said something powerful. She ain't know nobody. And that's the only way you can pray. Got to get back, guys. Because we're the one now. Because now, it took me going back to him to get him to open up. Well, we could have left it like it was because it was fine. But as a man of God, it was fine. As a woman of God, it ain't fine. I had to open that door. And opening that door, we had to do something. I don't see Dickie Williams in here. But me and him had a conversation. He went back, man. And what? About 6 months later, he went back and had an excellent time. Found out some things he didn't know. 6 months later, he did a phone call. You know what the phone call said? He was good. So, I'm not telling you to put your cape on. Neither one of you fly back in there. I'm telling you to put your cape on and walk back in there. That's who you say you are. And be a deal maker. Because you can save somebody's life. Listen, I stand by that. That if what would Jesus do? Don't you in his image and his likeness? Fix the little part. We can't talk much, but fix the little part that's still there. Yeah. But hey, listen, let's have lunch. Start somewhere. But open that door because you don't never know what remains. Yeah. And anything may leave and kill it. Because who you becoming and who you are, guys, this is about a soul, not about a parent or cousin or sister, but this is about a soul. Amen. So resentment and offenses, guys. Let me tell you what it's gonna say. What's the next one? Oh, I'm sorry. What is it? Because now I feel some kind of way because you sit down talking. I'm just telling how she goes.
No, I'm not.
I know her.
No, I'm not. But what I can tell you, but one of the things that happened with my mom, she dealt with it. And I didn't see I remember the last time I saw my grandfather, I was like 7 or 8 years old. I hadn't seen him like until I was 21. I thought, being a child, I thought that my mom wasn't talking to him that whole time. Come to find out, I found out in my 40s, like maybe a couple of years ago, that she had been, I found out that she had been talking to him the entire time. They had a relationship the entire time. But the way that he was, she didn't want that around her children. My aunts, they let him around their children. And they had a different relationship. Now, the relationship that I had with my grandfather before he passed was a lovely relationship. And that's because I got to know a different man than they know. So he could be a trip. And from my stories that I hear, even from our adult time with those grandchildren, he was still a trip. But I didn't know that man because he was a different, what my mother did, she drew a boundary with us. So that when he did see us, he wanted a better relationship with us. So when I saw him, I saw the good part of him. I didn't see the other stuff that they saw. So you have to just play it safe a little bit. You be wise, use wisdom. She used wisdom, even with her, whatever, use wisdom. Because as you get to know, the mother today, you'll know. I do want her to have a relationship. You might want to take her, like you said, take her out, take them out to lunch together. But there's still a boundary. There's always a boundary that we draw when we want to deal with, when we want to protect our children. But that's the way my mom did it. But what I learned from my granddad, that my cousins that were my age, I don't know that person. I love my granddaddy. He was a trip with them. He took them out. I said, my granddaddy never took me out. So it's different. It is a difference. It's the way you handle it, is what I'm saying.
And at the end of the day, for me, though, my dad told me things that I didn't know. I didn't have his story. For me, it was all about his story. I had everybody else's story, but I got his story. And his story made a big difference to me. And that's how I got to know. Man, I despise everybody. You look like your dad, look like your dad. That used to make me mad. Because I didn't want to be nothing like him. But I got his story. After his story, guess what? I was proud to look like my dad. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. Because it seems like quite a few people that's in that situation here, when we talk about the murders and whatever, the offenses, the repentance and forgiveness. My question is, when do you deal with it?
Now,
I know that, but that's what I'm saying now.
Say it
We're
one more
talking about it, but are we gonna deal with it?
before we go, yeah, we're gonna, yeah. Because that's why I got home.
Alright, so I mean, that's something that I am actually dealing with. Like, I don't think that I don't forgive my mother for a lot of stuff that happened, but I'm sorry. But I mean, it's a lot of stuff that happened when we were kids, and I just felt like, I don't know if in my mentality it was like, oh, I wanted this White House and picket fence family. Never had that. I had a mother that did what she had to do to survive, and a father that had no idea who he was. So how can you love me when you have no idea who you are yet? And it's so these are things that I developed over time. So I'm not gonna say that I don't have forgiveness for both of them, because I do forgive them. I do get upset when they do stuff and it reminds me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But
So then I question myself, like, did I not forgive you?
no, answer that now.
I know I forgave him.
No, because this is what you just said. Remember I told you earlier, you said two things? Because let me tell you something. If it bothers you at any time, listen to me now, then you haven't done it. Because guess what happens? Whenever you go down, you smile now. Because you look at your survivors. You look at being a survivor instead of a victim. But it still bothers you. That's the part we're talking
Forgave
about.
nobody.
Thank you for now. Put your hands up one more time. Say it again.
I forgave nobody.
That's what we got to work on.
Too, you ain't everybody.
Right. That's right.
Why do you believe? Do you believe that? Remember I told you, do you believe that God is doing this for a purpose? Yeah, guys, and that's the thing. We got to acknowledge this. It is stunning our spiritual growth. It's stunning our spiritual growth. Because, a lot of times, I tell people all the time, I don't deal with you. My job is not to deal with you where you're at. My job is to deal with you where you're going. Because if you hadn't been trained, the woman was to my Thursday night, guys, trouble gonna train you. But it's to train you to be joyful that I have arrived and I have survived. And that's the thing.
So this may have been so you get paid. I have told my father I forgave those situations.
Since you haven't told him, I don't think you, my point is, when you deal with the person, how do you deal with it? Well, see, what's the word you just used? That's the word. Sit better. You got to get a day that day they try to take power from you. Can't let them keep it though. No, it's a life journey. But at some point, and I say, but to negate the front part, at some point, I got to take all my authority back. I got to take all my power back, all my authority back. Because never would that still be in my mind. Because if it's still in your mind and on your heart, then it still has something in you. But you survive. Not making light of it, but you survive. And you got to remember something. When you survive, you got to keep going. Use it as fuel, not as flour. Flour coats stuff. Use it as fuel, though, not as flour. Amen? So get to a point. Get to a point. You went back and said, I forgive you? Okay. Then if you forgive, then listen, if you've done that, and you've done it so sincerely, you'll do better. You just won't do better. You never know. Because you turned out to be, how do you think you turned out? Yeah. So then get great then. Don't just be good no more, get great. Now listen, that was a time in your life that you learned about people. So take that learning thing and do something with it.
But I honestly feel like
then you ought to buy him a birthday cake. No, I'm messing with you. You got your hand up, man?
Okay, so are you saying that I should re-ask for forgiveness? Or is it more of a, back to what I said at the beginning, it's not hard for me to forgive somebody else for what they did, but it's harder for me to forgive myself.
Right,
So is that something I need to go into like deep prayer about? Like, okay, God, what is it in me that I have not forgave myself, somebody else, like bring it to, because a lot of stuff, we block out.
right, say with me now. It is impossible to forgive somebody if you weren't first on the list. So you really got to, because like you said, sometimes come out here to make you mad. And it was 30 years ago, but it'll make you mad. So it ain't so much you forgiving you really have to forgive them for what was infringed on you. So if you don't forgive you, because you don't have any power of authority. So it's really them you have to forgive. Because once you actually forgive them, you'll be free. Let me help you. Again, I told my dad, I forgive you for what you didn't know. I just told you the love part, but I did tell him when I sat down with him. And he said, that's when he opened up to me. He said, I forgive you for what you couldn't do. If it wasn't given to you, you couldn't give it to me. He cried, he opened up. That's the first time my dad had opened up. He poured out. He was in the nursing home, just made him sit down one day. So the power that people have for you to go back, and if I say I forgive you, I forgive you. And it can't come back on me, even in my memory. Why? Because I'm taking authority back that was taken from me. Now I'm in charge. I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge of what you pour into me. I'm in charge of what you give me. Now, once you become in charge of what you receive, then you can determine that. Listen, why you think that table right there? That table right there, that's a magnet right there. I'll call y'all. That's all I Jesus.
No, it's, I don't even know how to put it, but it goes deeper. I said deeper because the old church, and I'm not saying that we did it right, but that's what the altar was for. But I know now, the altar is in your heart. The altar is wherever you go. But that's where you need to deal with it, right there at your altar. Now, I'm going back. I want to say this because I just recently found out my mom was molested. My mom is 81 years old, 80 years old. I didn't even know it in this last year. She just told me. So they kept a lot of stuff from us. So when things happened to us, well, I can say me, it was new. Not knowing they already experienced that. You get what I'm going. And I'm talking about mothers right now, and it could be fathers too. So with your mama being in her shape or whatever, she got pregnant at her early age, we don't know what took place in her life. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. But I really don't know how to say it, but I believe God is trying to tell us that we need to study it. But that's where I'm going.
That's what I was receiving.
We do need to pray, fast, because back in the days, we did that. We shut in on weekends. But we're going to have to get us a night, and we're going to see if possible.
You know what I'm saying?
I am.
Yeah,
everybody got to talk. I'm just talking.
Yeah, but you tell everybody else ain't trying to get ahead of you. You got to teach it. That's why you didn't get ahead. I see you cut one. Go ahead.
What you're saying, and basically what Mama's saying too about her mom. I think we have to come to a place, we can't do it without power of God. And I think we have to get to a place to where we have to extend that grace and mercy. It's something that you said to me that I have used. And I told you I used my pastor back home and even my family. When Apostle said that when he got to know his dad, he always tell us, even in the church, when dealing with ministers in our life, family, we got to understand that they did the best they could do.
Yes.
And so when God look at us, we know our hearts and we know our intentions, our motives. And sometimes things don't go right. We try, we do things, and sometimes it don't come off, and we can't make people see what we really meant. But God saw it. And so God would have gave us what we deserve, well, we all be here. And so until we see him in that light, and say, well, I'm gonna extend that grace and mercy because I don't know everything. I know what you told me, but you probably didn't tell me all of it. But I got to see it through God's eyes and say, you know what? Something had to cause you to do this. And so that's where the grace and mercy comes in at. My daughter, and I'm gonna close with this, Dad. My daughter and I, God working on another one. She got a lot of stuff she got to release with me as well. But my daughter Tanisha and I, relationship has grown so tremendously. And the beginning of that breakthrough was when she went to prison. She was holding something against me because even though I told her, she had to experience it and see it in a different light. When she went to prison, she on the phone, she said to me, she said, Mom, she said, I understood now the pain that you felt. See, I told her, but she felt it herself. Mm-hmm. She said, when I was told them that the worst thing happened to me was leaving them, but I had made a decision, a choice that I made, got me in a position that I couldn't get out. It was bigger than me, and I couldn't get out. But I would have gave her all to come back together. That my mom would have had to raise her. I could. Same thing happened to her. Just a simple statement she gave for somebody, and it wound up in a capital murder situation. She just simply lied and said the person was somewhere that he wasn't. That got her in prison for a year. When she couldn't come back to her kids, somebody else had to raise them, she felt what I was telling her, she felt it. And she cried and said, Mama, I know now you didn't want to leave us. I know now that you didn't want to leave us. I forgive you. That's what she said to me. It took that for her to finally say she got a breakthrough. And the light came, came on her. And she said, I said, I'm glad you felt what I was trying to say. That day in the courtroom when the judge said I couldn't go back out, and my mama had to walk out with the kid, I still feel that for this day. That was the hurtingest thing when they handcuffed me. It took me back in that room, and I knew that judge said, you might well tell them by now, Mama gonna beg to let me go back. He said, she might well tell them by now. He said, go on, because she's gonna be gone a long time. That was the worst pain that I could ever felt in my life. She felt that. And she said, Mama, I forgive you. I know you didn't want to leave us and you couldn't help it because I would have gave anything not to leave my kids that day, but I couldn't control it. I had no power. And so that's what she said to me, Mom, forgive you. You know, she had held that. She was coming to visit with my mom, bringing her, saying she loved me, got grown, saying she loved me, but she was holding that in her heart against me because I left them. They were little. And so she had to see it. And we have to, I shared that to say, we have to see it. We have to see it in another light.
From that side.
We got to. Because we know we'll never be able to release them and let them go.
That's right. That is so true. And what I had wrote down, the Lord said, he said, we hold people in hostage because of their behavior. It has to be. Or they can.
Try this one, go ahead. Quickly.
I think a lot of times what we do, we'll put, I'm gonna call it a pedestal. I'm gonna call it a pedestal because we are all people. The person that hurt us is a person too. They was a child that might have got molested, or they was a child, or I want to say this real quick. They were a child that got molested. We look at somebody like they're not a person, or like they didn't have a choice to make decisions, like they wouldn't for 13 or 14, right? They weren't 13, 14 years old and made a choice to start smoking or getting on drugs or getting drunk. We all are people and we go through our stages in life. And I'm pretty sure that our children can look back and point their finger at something that we did that was a life-changing event for them. We hold ourselves to perfection. When you can point your finger at your parent or whoever and say, you did this to me. Well, what choice are you making to your child for your child that's going to affect your child? Because they're going to hold you to that same standard eventually that you hold to your parents too.
Well, what happens, guys, and that's what I tell you, what happens is that we're going to get somewhere. And a lot of these younger folks still got to be trained how to do that. We just can't, and that's what the church has been known to do. Here's what we need to do, throw you in the fire. You know, those who know what to do, let's do that. The rest of you, I need to teach you along. Because I want you to just jump in trying to do something you don't have any knowledge. And that was the thing that we had to understand. We went to the altar because that's what we were taught. For me, I didn't get nothing there because I didn't give nothing there. But once I learned to give something there, I went right to that altar. I was able to get something. So everything the prophet said is true, everything he said is true. But God's teaching me now, I got to teach you how to get there. And I got to get you in a position you understand why you're there. Because if you just go there, you're not going to be able to maintain what you need to stay there. And so that's the thing we want to talk about, the thing that stop your growth. And that we really got to have these conversations openly so we can get somewhere. Because at the end of the day, he came for everybody's sin. And I learned more about me, guys, after I talked to my daddy than I knew before. So I didn't free him. He freed me. Take the chance to let them free you. Because until you know the truth about what took place, may not matter, but it will once you hear why they had to go through. And it wasn't, I tell people all the time, my daddy showed us he loved us at the end. He was dead when we found out how much he loved us. He was actually dead when we found out. The point of making to you is I'm going to show you biblically, because naturally you can't do it. That's why we're in our 30s and late 20s and early 40s, 50s. You're still driving this mess, and you're not going. I promise you, you're not getting in without this. So your homework will help you get to a place where we can get you to the altar. Amen? What's that next word? Was bitterness. What was the word before bitterness? Ooh, we want to stay in. Bitterness encompasses the top three. Now, Mr. Hutton, could I get a word from you?
I don't know.
I see you.
We got the time for what I got on my mind.
Well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to make the time for you, and then we'll move forward. We'll come back again, guys. I want to finish the teaching you were doing, prophets, but God dropped in the spirit. We got to get there because we got to get to the shades. We got to get to the fast. We got to get to the oil. But you got to understand why you got to get there, guys. Go ahead, brother. Because it's all over you now.
Yeah. I suffer from all 40. I had a conversation with my sister on my dad's side, because I have a sister and a brother on my dad's side, and I got a sister on my mom's side. I had a conversation with her about a year ago, and I told her that I felt jealous of her and my brother's relationship with my father, because he died when I was 15, never knew him. And he chose to be in their lives, but didn't choose to be in mine. And I told her, I said, a little bit of resentment, a little bit of bitterness towards her. And she saw
towards
something.
Your sister?
Towards the situation.
Okay.
But she saw something in me but she said, you wouldn't even want to be around him.
Mm.
She said, because our relationship wasn't that good either, because my father got on drugs real bad. And her mom didn't want to tell me that. My mom didn't want to tell me that. But my father had a drug problem. And he out there dealing with all kinds of women and on drugs. But he was a talented man. He could play instruments and he had talent. And I looked at it different after she told me that. I said, all my life I've been jealous of what y'all had. But yet it might have been just as bad as what I didn't have, because he was strung out every time he got him and didn't pay him no attention. And and barely came and got him when he said he was gonna get him. And it made me think, I told myself, I said, when I have kids, when I was, teenager coming up, I said, I'm gonna be a better man than my father, because I'm gonna be there for my kids and I'm not gonna be like him. But since we being open and we sharing stories, I have 2 kids outside of my marriage. Y'all seen them, my 2 little boys outside of my marriage. And my father, he had kids from 2 different women. I have kids with 2 different women. So the more I try to tell myself I don't want to be like him, I'm just like him. Just like him. And what's sad about it is, because I always would tell myself, I'm going to be a better father. I'm going to be there for my kids. But I got 2 little boys right now that I'm not with all the time. And that hurts me. But not only that, the fact that I have them in the first place has hurt my wife and my other three kids. And it's funny because we come in here as a family and y'all see what we show y'all, but everything's not all right with us. It's not. We're so good at everybody what we think everybody needs to see. And I have damaged my family, just like my father damaged his. And I told myself when I was younger that I wasn't gonna be like that. And with all that running that I tried to do, I ran right into it. And it's sad because I've offended people, I have resentment, I have unforgiveness and bitterness. I got all that in my heart. I got that in my kids' heart. Princess, you asked, what's going on with my daughter? She's angry. My daughter is angry. My son is angry. And I can't say that it's because of what I put them through. They got something to do with it. Now, it might be some other stuff going on, but that's got to play a part in that. She got two little brothers from another mother other than hers. And it's like I said, I tried so hard not to be my father, and I'm just like.
Amen. Amen.
It's on me because, like he said, I had to get to a point where I let all that go because I don't really know what he was going through. I can imagine because I've talked to my sister's mom. We have a good relationship. And she tells me the same thing. She said, you wouldn't want to have been around that man when he was like that because he went from a nice looking guy, well-dressed, well-kept guy to like a bum on the street. And where he got to where at the end of his life, he didn't even deal with his other kids. And he was murdered in Macon going to buy drugs. Somebody killed him and robbed him while he was trying to buy drugs. Now, the family didn't want to tell me that. I had to have a sit down with my brother and sister's mom to really get down to it because his sisters ain't going to tell us that. So now I haven't had trouble with drugs, but women, I struggle with that. I'm not, it is what it is. I struggle with that. And it's compounded with the mistrust that my wife has of me because of my kids. It's tough. It's rough.
If I could say to you one thing, I vow not to be like my dad. And when I got children the same age, but I vow to be like him. When I was 17, I had three children, all in the same age. When you see Rod and Terry's the same age. They're different mothers. I don't want to have children, I don't want to pressure. Here's what I want to tell you. Somebody said, but God.
But God.
See, God's a redeemer. He's a healer. You see, my thing is to tell you, because I've been there, I can show you how to come out. But the first thing I got to show you is the word of God. You hear me? Because when I realized that I was just like my dad. But here's what I found out. That was my old me. When I was covered in the blood. But see, once I committed my life to God, the old man, I struggled. Shoot, it in my man. I wasn't struggling. I just thought I want to get I was trying to get it on you. Didn't care. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. Didn't care. Yeah, I didn't care. But then I had to realize something. Don't ever forget this. What you hurt can heal, if you walk in this word. What you hurt can heal if you walk in this word. I became the man I am today from God teaching and preaching. But the one time, Dan, I needed compassion. One time I needed compassion because I didn't care him. One time I needed compassion. The very person I hurt gave me compassion. And I was hurt. So don't look at where you're at, man. Look at where you're going. But I'm gonna tell you something. I can keep telling y'all see the glory. Y'all don't know so glory. But I promise you, more than once, that this thing right here, man, if you don't see guys, stop seeing the obstacles. We see obstacles. When I got compassion, guess what I knew? I knew not to look for the outcome, not the obstacles. There are many things in the way that you can see. I can promise. If God becomes to you what you say you want him to be, that'll be a thing of the past. You hear me? So I'm telling you, you won't get rid of that. Make this your all in all. Make this your world. Because when you do that, everything else is created. Stop letting obstacles get in your way, man. You know? Because guess what God gonna do? He's gonna heal your home. But he's gonna need you to lead it. He's gonna heal your daughter, but she needs to see what it looks like. And he'll restore everything to your marriage. Once you secure it. Once you secure her, I didn't get right here to secure her. See, it may sound like talk, but let me tell you something. That's why every time you talk to me, I'm talking about her. Who I'm talking about when we talk? And whenever you see me, if you see me walking this room. Why? Because without it, that's what I need y'all to get. The Bulldogs, the Falcons, the Dolphins, the Hurricanes, all that's conversation. The true thing about the living God tonight, you open up something tonight and God gonna hear you.
Amen.
You open up, listen, I took a land tonight. That's the guy. That's why I say, start out. That's why it's important to come to us. It's important to come to the house of God. God ordained for us to be here tonight. Why? Because tonight, you touch some folks tonight. You're going to make some folks go back and rethink some things about telling the truth. You did something tonight, huh? Yeah?
Thank you, Lord.
And for that,
Thank you, Lord.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm proud of you.
Thank
You get this out of them. And do me a favor, guys. Quit trying to justify what you feel. Deal with it.
Come on.
Quit trying to justify it. Because we're going to get to the shedding and we're going to get to the fasting. So quit trying to justify it. Listen, you hear what I say? That I was crying, the devil is a lie. I just did what I wanted to do. Ain't no struggle. Let's tell. See, guess what? Me and my brother had a conversation today. I told him, I said, man, I'm proud of you. He said, why is that? Because what you're doing now, the enemy can't do anything else. See, once you tell on you, I gotta go. Once you tell on you, enemy got nothing else to say. So now what you just told, enemy can't use it. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
Going back to gifts, we all got gifts in our lives. And some of those gifts was by choice. And some of the gifts, God, it's a choice that we made of causing us to do what we are, but gift plays an important part in it. And it gives you something to think about. If I had done this or if I had not have done this, it makes a difference. And it just, just broke my mind with what Brother Daniel just said. And, I know God is going to honor that.
Come on, Brother Daniel. Yeah, you got like 30 seconds. Right?
Oh, yeah, go get a water.
Is that what you want to add? Yeah, we move right along. Come on. Have I seen you before? No, I ain't talking about here. Where you from? Where about? Well, I know I seen you. You know the Wiggins?
I came to Florida through NASCAR in the kitchen.
Ah,
No,
how long you was in Florida?
18 years.
I seen you before, man. That's why I kept listening. I seen you before. Because we had a couple of married out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was, I'm married out. I'm playing good. She was good. But yeah, that's what we were interfering from, man. That's why I seen you somewhere. It was either married on my morning or couple of floors.
Any closing remarks? Anybody want to say anything? But I don't want to go behind what was already said. His God is already marinating. Amen.
It's just funny that day y'all, I was laughing because it was crazy when you said, I'm just, all my life I was told, you're gonna be just like your mom, you're gonna be just like your mom, you're gonna be just like your mom. And I started doing the stuff my mom did, right? I was like, man, I never knew, even though I wasn't doing the exact same thing she was doing.